Now, let's look at some of the scenarios that have been making the rounds, hypothesizing now. They say that, okay, the EFCC is a government agency.
Yes.
It found this money. We don't really know who the whistleblower is to this time. NIA claims ownership of this money. It is government. Some state governments have also claimed ownership of this. It is government. Some individuals in government are being fingered for owning this money.
Yes.
The house in which it was found, is allegedly belonging to a government official too at some point. Does this put the question of the whistleblower to test? Perhaps it is round tripping, some people say.
It's possible, but the major question it puts across is the real intention, the integrity of the government in their fight against corruption. Because the first thing everybody should know, every Nigerian should know, is who is the owner of that flat. That should be in the public domain by now. Then we can take it from there. And that is why it is of necessity, it is of urgency, it is of importance, it is of priority that the Senate or the House of Representatives institute an investigative panel of inquiry, investigative committee of inquiry, publicly, to get evidence. Summon everybody summonable. Anybody that you can summon them and let them come and give public testimony as to what is happening in that house. You start from the original owner, where we had a former PDP chairman. Then we get to the bank that was alleged to have granted the facility to build the house. Then we get to the estate agent, the agent that was given the contract to lease the houses. Then we get to the person who leased the house or who bought the house. When we get these four people in place, we now start asking questions. On the other side, we now get to the CBN and start asking questions. We bring the NIA chief to the public domain. Let him come and tell us exactly where the money came out from. That will solve every problem. It might as well be a good money. I mean, it might as well be good money that the NIA honestly and innocently wants to use. This can be brought out by public hearing.
How do you reconcile the earlier part of his statement, which he said that they are committed to the fight against corruption,
yes,
and his latest statement where he says that they are going to go after any monies that is taken away from the confederations, from the federation's accounts, and recover it? How do you weigh and analyze these two statements?
Thank you so much, Gimba. And, I think you are following the situation properly, in my view. You see, there is a complete departure. It's not reconcilable, because what they are pursuing is money, and they are losing the real battle against corruption. And let me give you this analogy, and it's a common analogy. In a room, in this studio, for example, you see rats all over the place, and there are fish, dry fish that has this good odor, and the rat is going after the dry fish, and the rat goes around and picks the dry fish, and all you do is to run after the rat, kill the rat, collect the dry fish, and place it back where it is. Perhaps there are holes of entry that the rat uses to come into this studio, and you refuse to block these holes, and you still leave this fish in open place that the rat can easily access. What have you done? You may have succeeded in killing all the rats, but the holes will still grant entry, will grant ingress to rats from outside. So how do you do it? You do not go and start recovering the fish. The fish, after recovering the fish, in fact, even before recovering the fish, you must make sure that you have circled the rats, that there will be no way they can go out and come in. So when you kill all the rats, you recover the fish, no more rats can come in, and your fish is safe. It's a simple analogy. So when the EFCC is running after money stolen and forget to plug the loopholes that cause these monies to be taken without detection, it's a lost battle already.
Do you recommend another agency to handle that, since the EFCC is focused on getting the recovered monies, to recover the monies rather?
There will be no need, because the law has already made provision for EFCC to do those. The thing is that they are fighting a wrong fight. They are driving in a wrong direction. And that is the key. They have to come back and rejig their mentality, their psychology of fighting corruption, their psychology of fighting financial crimes, and get it right. We don't need a new body. We don't need a new commission. We don't need a new agency. EFCC is there. SFU is there. I personally, I have written several petitions to EFCC, and nothing has happened to those petitions. Up until today, I have evidence. So what is the problem exactly? It means that the real intention behind their fight against corruption is popularity, it's populism. It's to show that they are indeed doing something. Whereas in point of fact, the problem still persists. As we speak today, the loopholes that made it possible for people to put their hands in the common till still exist. I'll give you one example. Can we say today that employment in Nigeria into public institutions is being done on merit basis? That is corruption. Can we say that admissions into public institutions is being done on merit basis? That is corruption. Are we saying that your file in a public institution, in a civil service department, for example, can move from one table to the other without your needing to oil some hands, to bribe some people, without your needing to tip some people before your file will be attended to or taken to the next table? That is corruption. That is where the fight lies. It's a mental thing.